Hey guys, and welcome to a My Tips for Each Onyx product review. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is a product review? Well, it's where I'm going to be testing a lot of cool little gadgets to help you in your gaming out, and I'm going to let you know how I feel about them. Now, you can take this in a few different ways. You can take it as, oh hey Shadow Strike, you're trying to help me out by showing me what's out there and telling me what's a waste of money and what is actually pretty cool. Or you can take it as, oh, Shadow Strike, you're just trying to convince me to spend more money. God, I hate you. So, a few different ways to take it, see how things go. Alright, well, today what I hope to talk about is something I touched on in one of my previous videos. And that's going to be about joystick alternates. There's a few out there, and I picked up a few that I thought were decent. And I'm going to let you know how I feel about them. Of course, there is your default joysticks, which, a pro is that they're free. They come with you, with your controller, and, that's pretty much all there is to them. But I gotta tell you about something I don't like about them is that I don't like the indent in the controller. No one really plays with their thumb directly on the center of it and controls. It's a little bit harder. A lot of people I see play with, the tip of their thumb in the thumbstick so they control it better. Also, one thing is that when you're running, a lot of players play with their thumb pushing up on the thumbstick on the very end, and, it doesn't give you a good bit of control there. You're going to be a little bit, awkward when you're playing. You're going to run, you're going to back up, you're going to have to, jump across the thumbstick. You're pulling from the side to move and strafe. That's pretty hard. And that's where some of these other ones come into play. First on my list is going to be the GelTabz or the ZGripz. I talked about these before. A pro about them is that they're $4.99. You can get them at GameStop, Walmart, online. And so, they're real cheap, so if you try them out, you don't like them, you didn't lose too much on them. I normally only play with one just because something I don't like about them is that it is like a little lip that goes through your default joystick, but when you click into like zoom or crouch and you push down, it's going to catch on your controller, and it's hard to play with. But I'm sure that can be solved by some sanding, but that's not really something I want to do. So when you're crouching, you're going to push that in up there, and you're not going to be able to move as fast because you can't push it through the edge of the controller. And so that's why I only play with one on the aiming joystick. It does provide a lot of grip to your thumb, and that's what it's supposed to do, and it does that pretty well. But it is kind of awkward with it being that lip there. It still catches even when it's not clicked in at the edge. But if you got a friend that has it, try it out before you buy it. Or $5, not that much if you blow it. But overall, I would probably use the default joysticks over it until those 4 little dots are actually gone. Then I would switch to the ZGripz. Moving on from there, there is Kontrol Freek's FPS Freek, which is actually a joystick extender. It clips onto your current joysticks and actually makes your joysticks stand up farther, allowing you a little bit better control. What I mean by that is that since your joystick's extended, you're going to move it just slightly less, but your main joystick down below is going to actually move more than what you're moving the top joystick, allowing you to get a little bit more precise of movement. These are available at kontrolfreek.com for $9.99. You get a pair. I only use one again. But something I don't like about them is that I'm just not really big into the whole extender bit of it. It's just a little bit too far for me, In Halo Reach, you got to be, going down to press A if you're playing default. It's a pretty big jump to go down to A and up. It's not a quick little jump like you are with your default joysticks. It is a pretty solid movement there. So, again, if you have a friend that has it, or you go to some kind of LAN party or some tournament, see someone there, try them out before you buy it. It's definitely the biggest change out of all the joysticks here I have to show you. So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. By far my favorite has been the Evil Sticks by Evil Controllers. They're complete replacement joysticks, which are domed instead of indented, so they're kind of similar to PS3 controllers. And what that means is that you no longer have to control from the edge of the controller. You can really get your whole thumb on the top of it and control from every angle, because your center of movement is going to be in the middle of the joystick like it should be. Now, I'm not a real big fan of the PS3 controllers, but these feel really solid on the Xbox 360 controller. The biggest difference I can tell is whenever I'm strafing, I have full control from the center of the joystick, allowing me to really just do whatever I want and like any time. And because it's a replacement joystick, there's no attachment, anything like that. It feels like your default joystick, but it's just a lot more control. The aiming of it also, is really great. With your center control in the middle of the joystick, you can really control where you're aiming, and it's a lot better. Something I noticed with this controller, or with these joysticks, is that you're going to kind of feel like it's going slower than usual. And at first you might feel that's a bad thing, but it really isn't. Because what that means is that you're just feeling more control in your shots. Before I used to warm up on 5 sensitivity and go down to 4. But now I'm warming up on 6 and going down to 5 when I play. So, it's that bit more of control that, I'm really liking in them. You can get these off of evilcontrollers.com for $24.99. And they come as a pair. And they come with all the tools you need to install them. If you're installing in a wireless controller, they give you the security torque screw to be able to open up your controller and put them in. If you're using a wired controllers actually use Phillips screws. And if you don't have a Phillips screwdriver in your house, you're probably not very good at life. So you shouldn't probably even be having internet right now. But again, if you go to kontrolfreek.com, you can get the FPS Freek off there for $9.99. They got a deal going on, and they come in classic white, Viper black, and if that's not black enough for you, they have Viper Ultra. I don't really know the difference, but maybe you do. And then Evil Sticks, if you go to evilcontrollers.com, they got them for $24.99, all the tools you need. And they have a deal going on where you can buy an additional pair of Evil Sticks, all for $9.99, which, I really recommend. Just because, if you've got another controller, like I've got my wired controller, I put an extra pair on. So, if I'm playing at home, I can use my wired controller. If I go to a LAN party, I can just bring my wireless controller. And, that's a whole lot of help. Then, I always have just default sticks lying around on controller, just in case. But, again, take that as you want. For me, I think these joysticks are a real big improvement, so that can really help you. If you're fine with the default, stick with the default. But, honestly, if you have a chance to try them out, please do. You may like them, you may not. So, I'd always say try before you buy, but, honestly, in my opinion, you're not going to be disappointed. Overall, I would give the ZGripz a 4 out of 5, because they're not that great, but the price is pretty nice. And I would give the Kontrol Freek probably a 6 out of 10, because, I don't like the big distance. Some people might be able to get used to it, I don't. And I have to give the Evil Sticks a 9 out of 10, just because they're that great, really. It gives you a lot of control, and, they're really nice, feel really solid. Alright, so please comment on my video. If you have a question, please send me a message, and head on over to the My Tips to Reach Onyx forum and talk about these products. If you do have any of these joystick mods, please comment and let me know how you feel about them, or if there's anything else you guys feel like you'd like for me to review, please leave a comment, and I'll try to see what I can do. Alright, thanks for watching.